Hello everyone, welcome to a Descent to Journeys and Dark Second Edition. This is my review of, well, as you can clearly see here, Guardians of Deephall. Actually I was, well, this was actually supposed to be coming out actually next week, really, if I'm not mistaken, but I got it a little earlier, which is good for me. So, let's get started, shall we? So, okay, we'll start off with the little rule sheet. Well, if you haven't ever used one of these hero monster collections before, you just have to take out the old first edition stuff, the models, the conversion kit and all that stuff, and replace it with the new ones because they're up to date. And of course, if you want to do these quests, you need to use the rumour card that comes with it. And if you don't actually have a rumour deck, you can't really use it. And to get a rumour deck, you need to have like the small box expansions like the Trollfins or Man of Ravens, etc. So let's open this up. I can tell you straight away that this is a lot more different, as I don't know if my camera can actually pick up all of this, but still, I'll do my very best. Yeah, I don't have a great camera. Anyway, okay. There is 3 search tokens, just like in all the other hero monster collections. 2, 3, and 4, instead of having 2 2s and 1 3. So this is a little bit more harsher if you're only using 2 or 3 heroes, as like literally all the others had 2, 2 and a 3, no 4, but now you only have 1 2 and 1 3 and then 1 4. I'm not going to complain. This quest is a little bit weird. I would say it's more of a time limit for the Overlord. It's a little hard to explain. Seriously, I'm not going to go into details because that kind of spoil the quest a bit, but let's just say it's almost like a time limit for the Overlord for once. But if you do succeed for the Overlord, you get this card, which is power in numbers. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, I just had to turn off the light for the camera. So you play a card after your turn and choose a map tile. If there are more monsters on that map tile than heroes, which there should be, each hero on the map tile suffers a damage and 2 fatigue, and each monster on that tile recovers 2 health. Nice little Overlord reward card. I'm happy with that. And we'll get to Act 2. Yet again, only 3 search tokens. There's 4, there's 2, there's 3. This one's a little bit tricky because this is more of a time limit for the heroes. But again, it could be quite tricky for the heroes anyway. I've read all of these quest rules, that's why. Well, that's the rumour card anyway. We'll get rid of that. However, whoever wins, they're going to be quite happy with the reward card. Even the heroes. Right. The Overlord will get a +8 defense on a defense roll. That's as far as I'm going to go with that. And the heroes will get to defeat any curse monster recovers 1 fatigue, but that's as far as I'm going to go on with that. Yeah, you'll have to get the expansion to find out more, because actually this one is pretty good. There's a little back. Right, so we'll start with some of the heroes. No, it's going to be all of them. We'll start with Lord Hawthorne, who I actually just call Hulk Hogan. Seriously, it's Hulk Hogan. Even in the newer version, it's almost like Hulk Hogan. They they're practically exactly the same, slightly different wording, and of course different arts. They both have the each time you perform a attack with a melee weapon, that attack gains reach, and of course using a skill, perform an attack, then you may move 2 spaces and perform another attack against a different target. That's a little but good at the same time. It's just that doing against a different target, you got to make sure that there's at least 2 targets. Otherwise, you're just going to do a perform an attack and move 2 spaces. Hey, that's still fine, but it does take up one of your little actions, unfortunately. I think that's a good let's see, good classes to go for would be a skirmisher. Get around, go pass through all those monsters and just literally hack and slash, then probably use your heroic feat to finish them off. And the knight is not so bad. Well, no, the knight is pretty damn good. Maybe the berserker, maybe, but just remember you only start with 3 stamina, so that's unfortunate. Okay, so we have Salah next. Salah is, well, I'm going to say the stats are exactly the same, but, well, not but, there it is, but the hero ability, that's where it comes into a lot more fun. Let's just trying to put these in a little bit more better order so I can put them side to side so I can actually tell you. So the old one was at the start of your turn you may test willpower. If you pass, discard 1 condition card from yourself or an adjacent hero. Okay, fine. The new one, at the start of your turn you may test willpower. If you pass, discard 1 condition from 1 figure within 3 spaces of you, then choose 1 figure within 3 spaces of you to gain that condition, which is absolutely awesome. Now notice the word, it says figure and not hero. That means if say you want to try and get rid of that stupid shadow dragon who may actually only have 1 health left, and there's a goblin archer that's been poisoned. If you succeed with your willpower, discard that poison, and as long as it's been 3 spaces within that dragon, then there you have it, poisoned dragon. That's a very nice hero ability, much better than the old one. The hero feat is practically the same though. It's like you just start your turn and choose 1 hero in your line of sight. Until the end of your turn you may use 1 of that hero's skills as if it was your own. It's great. I would probably recommend maybe the Bard or Prophet. Well, any healer class is fine. I was just thinking of the Bard and Prophet just because most of their skills don't require to take an action. He does start with 4 stamina, which is fine. So yeah, more options with your heroic feat. That's all I'm doing it with. Okay, thank you. Next we have Mordrod. Mordrod is tremendously changed for the best, may I ask? Say. So the old one has 3 movement. The new one has 4 movement. 3 stamina. 4 stamina. Already that's far superior. If we take a look at the hero ability, it's practically the same. So each time you suffer 1 or more damage, you may recover 1 fatigue. That's fine. The heroic feat, however, the old one was as a action. So you perform an attack. If your attack does not defeat your target, you may make a second attack against that target. I have used Mordrod before, and there's been almost times where this almost just been useless. The new Mordrod heroic feat is you use after you perform an attack that does not defeat a target. Perform an additional attack using the same target, and this attack adds a surge. So this one is a little bit more better, as it's like seriously, if you use your heroic feat and you accidentally kill it, you're not going to get anything else. This one is, if you fail to kill it, you may use then your heroic feat, which automatically gives you a surge as well. That is far more better. I would probably say a champion would be pretty good there, given all those valor tokens and all that. Of course the knight, or maybe even a beastmaster as well, just so you can actually move around with your wolf and all that. Last but not least, we have Silhouette. Oh, Silhouette. You're OP, but fun at the same time. Fun if you're the hero, OP if you're the overlord. And I can really guarantee that Silhouette is more OP than anything else. Because I have been the overlord and someone used her, and I've also been the hero and used her, and it's like, wow, okay. Okay, so her stats are exactly the same. Her hero ability is completely changed, because this one was each time you roll an X, it deals 1 damage to a monster adjacent to you. The new one is, each time you perform an attack and roll an X, like normal, choose one monster adjacent to you. That monster suffers damage equal to plus the number of weapons you have equipped. So it's a minimum of 2, maximum 3. That's great. So the old heroic feat was, as a action for using a skill, you move double speed, and you may search any number of search tokens. You move adjacent to this movement without performing an action to do so. OP. Right. The newest one was, yet again, as an action, you may move double speed, or double your speed, sorry, during the movement phase. There's no movement phase, it's just movement. Oh god, it's being stupid now. So each time you enter a space that contains a search token, you may suffer a fatigue to search that search token. So while this one was a little bit more better, it just seemed to be a bit more OP'd. This one is a little bit more balanced as well. Now you can actually see that I've actually got the older one on top of the newer one. That's just because it's horrible artwork. Let's just tell you how wrong this artwork is. I mean, seriously, that face. I mean, look at that long chin, that thin, long face there, and that hand. It's like as big as her face, or even bigger. I mean, and the arm. Oh my god, it's way out of proportions. Yes, I understand that that's a little bit more further out, but it's not that far out. Oh jeez. Dear, oh dear, really don't like this. Well, anyway, good things to go for would be the Shadow Walker, maybe, just so you like do your double move speed and then summon your shadow, just so you can actually, well, you know, the shadow's only got moving on 1, so get it started and all that. The thief, maybe a good idea. The treasure hunter, obviously, but that's far too obvious. And even the stalker as well. The stalker actually comes with 2 hand weapons, as well as other bits and pieces. So yeah, that's what I would probably recommend going by anyway. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we move on to the monsters. The older ones had 2 health, the new ones have 4 health this time. Yeah, the master had 5, now we've got 6. Everything is almost the same apart from Dark Prayer. So Dark Prayer, the old one was each hero within 3 spaces of the monster must test willpower, and each hero that fails suffer 1 fatigue. Whilst the newest one is choose 1 hero within 5 spaces of this monster. That hero tests willpower, and if he fails, suffers 1 fatigue. That one might have been a little bit more better, but at the same time, these are ranged, so you won't be going that too close to the heroes, and their health might be okay-ish, but with using a brown defense dice, I mean, they'll probably go down quite quickly. So maybe the new one is a little bit more better for the Dark Prayer itself. Act 2 version is, well, as you see, more health, and just 1 more health on that. But this one has the Horrifying, which the Horrifying is that each hero adjacent to 1 or more monsters with Horrifying, there's only 1 master with this one, but there are others that does Horrifying. Anyway, applies -1 to the willpower to a minimum of 1. And there's the model, which he looks like he's looks like it's just kind of hit someone with, like, or something. He's going to backhand someone. No, kind of thing. Now we've got the Wendigos. Practically the same. 1 extra health there. No, nothing new here. Yeah, they're all great. Ravage means strike twice. The freeze was each time a hero enters space adjacent to the monster, the hero suffers a fatigue. And stealthy is each attack that targets this monster must roll 3 additional range beyond the normal requirement, otherwise it counts as a miss. That does include melee weapons, so of course if you're rolling a blue and red, you might miss even more than a blue and yellow. Well, there you have it. In Act 2, 1 extra health there, nothing really new there, although this one's got stealthy and ravage, and this one's got ravage and stealthy. It actually should have been that way around, the ravage and stealthy, because ravage and stealthy, and yeah, even the old Act 1 was ravage and stealthy. But anyway, that's just the old one. We're just talking about a new one. And there's the model for it, which looks absolutely terrifying. Like it's just going grr, arg and all that. Anyway, next. Okay, so we've got the Crypt Dragons next, which nothing's really changed at all. Same stats, same everything. The cause fear was someone adjacent. Yeah, choose a hero adjacent to a monster. That hero must test willpower. If it fails, move 2 spaces directly away and is immobilized. That's Act 1. Act 2 is slightly different. The minion actually has 1 extra health more. That's really about it from that stats. But you can also say they've got upgraded to Horrifying. Horrifying is exactly the same as the Dark Priest, which was literally hero adjacent to 1 more monsters with Horrifying applies -1. Well, that's great. I do like the Crypt Dragons, the newer ones, just because that's literally the size of the old one, and that's the size of the new one. That takes up far more space. Literally, it's so big because the wings are in the way, and this is a lot more better. Same space and all, just it's just a lot more easier to pack away as well. So there you have it. That is the complete review of the Guardians of Deephall, the 4 heroes right there. And what do I have to say about it? I think I quite like it. The quests are a lot more different because there's only one of the 2 search tokens, and so that means it's like a 1 for 3 and 1 for 4. The reward is not all that bad as well for even the heroes. All the upgrades for the heroes and monsters as well is pretty good. I'm quite impressed. I don't really like Silhouette's artwork at all. It's horrible. I think the next one to suffer would be Mordred. But apart from that, that's about it. So I am going to give this one, I think, an 8 out of 10. Yeah, definitely an 8 out of 10. The heroes are pretty good. Not overly great, but they're useful. So definitely an 8. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much. Bye.